I am much more inclined now than I was when I made Close Encounters to really believe that we're not the only intelligent civilization in the universe.
What did you steal?
Secrets. People have a right to know the truth.
This is a story about us.
Steven Spielberg's Jaws launched the term summer blockbuster, and on June 12th, he returns with a new film, but this time, is it fact or fiction? Screenwriter David Koepp combed through hours of Capitol Hill testimony to root this project in reality, stating bluntly, everything you thought is right, and here's overwhelming proof. Here's my conversation with Disclosure Day screenwriter David Koepp. Great to see you, David. Thanks so much for taking the time with us tonight.
My pleasure, Katie. Thanks for having me.
Of course, our pleasure. So when did Steven Spielberg come up with this concept, and what were the early conversations like to get this project off the ground?
Well, as I understood, it was an idea he'd carried around in his head for, 10, 20 years. It showed up in my inbox one day. He sent an email with a story summary that he'd been working on and said, please read this and tell me what you think. This was just about 3 years ago. So I read, it was a stream of consciousness document that he'd been putting together for the past couple of weeks. And I read it and I assumed it was something that he was going to write himself. Obviously, it's a topic he spent a great deal of time thinking about and making movies about. Mm-hmm. So I gave him my thoughts and what I might change and, did the usual writing notes you give. And he said, well, why don't you write it? And I said, I thought you'd never ask.
All right, and then you said yes, and here we are. So in order to write this, of course, every good writer does a lot of research, and you poured over Capitol Hill testimony on UAP hearings. So how much of the movie is fact versus fiction? We call this faction sometimes.
Well, quite a bit. There's obviously no shortage of material. If you decide you want to research UAPs, there's congressional testimonies, there's government documents dating back to the 40s. If you go back, there was a book called The Flying Saucers Are Real by Daniel Keogh. It had a more academic title, but he actually worked for the government. And there's just there's such a wealth of material, and we decided early on that we didn't want to make a movie that said everything you thought was wrong, here's the truth. We wanted to make a movie that said everything you thought is right, and here's overwhelming proof of it.
Oh, that's so interesting. The timing is pretty impeccable, given that the Pentagon's been releasing a number of new UAP files. But I read that you had 42 drafts as a result of writing this screenplay. How did you know that draft 42 was the one?
Well, I do want to straighten out. It's not like we tore it up and started over 41 times. Mm-hmm. The drafts, it was a continual process of refinement. And what I'll say is, Steven, I've made a number of movies with Steven. He's always focused, but his level of focus on this movie surpassed anything I'd ever seen before. There was a period of about a year there where he reread the script every day. Was seemingly with fresh eyes, and I would wake up to, if he was elsewhere in the world, I would wake up to 30, 35 texts with ideas, and that just went on for quite a while. So though the drafts became, finer and finer, smaller refinements all the way, but the flow of ideas never stopped, which is usually a sign that you're on to something good.
I have to ask you, given what you've researched and the documents you poured over and the number of times you've rewritten this to make it perfect, do you believe that we're not alone in the universe, that aliens outside of Earth exist?
I certainly do. I think the possibility of intelligent life elsewhere in the universe isn't just a possibility, it's a mathematical certainty. And I don't think you need proof of that. It's not possible, given the vastness of the universe, even just our galaxy, it would be the height of arrogance to say we're the only ones with an intelligent thought in our heads. What I still am longing for proof of, as everybody is concrete proof that we have been visited by the same. And that is something, though we see the disclosure movement growing in strength, and some limited disclosure starting now, I think there's still an enormous amount that's being held back.
I would agree with that. In terms of the visiting, I think the aliens kind of drive by the Earth. They take a look down and say, too crazy for us. We will move on to the next galaxy. So probably why they haven't visited yet. Or maybe they have. We don't know. David Koepp, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us to talk about your new film.
Thank you.
Disclosure Day will be released in theaters and IMAX nationwide on June 12th.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.